Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I need to get back to the Zoom.
Okay, so I just open up the PowerPoint. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can, start discussing. So good afternoon, I'm Michelle, and whoever joins later. Okay. So we are going to start the, just a workshop now. Just we talk about informal discussion about the impact of COVID-19, because I know there are so many changes happen, not only academic libraries, but we are more, because I'm working academic libraries, I'm going to talk about more academic libraries, but it all related to any libraries, like, any community college or any public libraries, anything, even for regional libraries, it all same changes happening. So we can definitely talk about some of the key points today. And we have some discussion questions. I just come up with, there are 4 questions. Like, we can talk about the topic like a work experience, how it changed before pandemic and after pandemic, that we can discuss about that. And also the second point, the collection experience. That's also, we can talk about how the collection changed for the collection based on the analysis, based on the user perspective, that we can definitely discuss about collection experience. And engagement, student or public, that's a big engagement issue after the pandemic or before the pandemic. We have some, issues going on. We can definitely talk about engagement. And the space, that's a very, very important one. The space is, because we open now, after the pandemic, we are back to the facilities now. So we need to engage patrons, how to attract the library, for the students, they can use the library. And we have to facilitate more user-friendly space for patrons. Okay, so those key points we are going to discuss today. And the first one, work experiences, that's one I'm going to talk about, like a collaboration. So I am working in the Fayetteville State University Chestnut Library. When we had a pandemic, so we started working remotely for almost a year, and then 2021 we back to normal life. We opened the university in the fall 2021, and we back to normal semester and everything. Still, we got some hybrid classes students are taking, even faculties are teaching, but pretty much most of the students in the campus now. So we, after we came back to campus, we really want to focus on how we can collaborate with our stakeholders and for the library members and the community members. So we did a lot of changes, and also we got the new chancellor last year. So he started in June last year. So he wants to make use of the library for student experience, get a one-stop shop. So we had a meeting, several meetings, and he explained to us he wants to make sure the student get all the help, in one place. So that's how it started. So they choose the library because we have some we got 4-story building in the library. So they want to have some space for the students' use. So we started the one-stop station. So remove our collection, all kind of stuff. That takes a lot of manual work with the staff members and our community members also. So we did a lot of collaboration with our stakeholders, and we made it actually after 1 year later. Now we got the one-stop station is now. I can show a couple of pictures a later time. So but definitely it's all the library staff members work together and remove the books from the collection, and also the facilities department, they remove all the shelves, everything. So make a nice place for the student services department. So the enrollment office and career services, financial aid and advising counselors, they all came to library now. We have 2 or 3 different staff from different departments. So when the student enter to the library, they get all the help from the library in the research point of view and anything related to their academic studies. They get help from one place. So that's our chancellor vision, to make a one-stop station in the library. But we all work together. It made it happen. So that's amazing news. Actually, we are now with the one-stop station in the library now. So we have 40 new staff members from different departments. They made a cubicle for them in the second floor. We remove all the collection from second floor. We weed everything and we send it to offsite storage. So that's kind of, we create nice space for students. And the agility, the second point. So we immediately take, quick action, how we can, engage students, how we can help students when they come to library or when they come to university. That's the one we take a quick action with the support of our administrators. They all help us. We got a good, nice new team now, provost and chancellor and a couple of associate vice chancellors, and they all new. They all work together like a big collaboration. And we got the new director as well, the library. So we all work together, and all the librarians and support staff, everybody's, have a own idea. And finally, we made it happen to engage students to how to respond for this pandemic situation, because our enrollment, we need to increase enrollment and we need to increase the student strength, to the community. And also we need to encourage students to use the library to get the resources and other help. Okay, that's how we got it. We got it work together and we made it. And we got some recommendations for improving work experience. We got from the learning point of view, we learned a lot, plus or minus. So we need to, once we start the project, we actually communicate clearly to the campus wide, this faculty, because faculty always worried about when you remove the books, they're really worried about where do you want to keep the books, how we can access the books, all kind of stuff. So, we have to communicate with the faculty members, and we have to replace the printed books with the electronic copies as much as possible. And the same thing for electronic journal articles, we replace with the printed ones with the electronic ones. So we kind of, work together and communicate clearly to the campus wide. All the faculty and community members also, they're using library. So we have to have a town hall meetings and communicate with all the people. And we learned, we really want to, make sure we are very transparent to everybody. We are going in the right direction. And also we create new policies in the library, and to make sure everybody's understand the new concept. I know the change is always inevitable. We have to move on. We have to create new innovative ideas to move forward. So we did that. And also the important thing is we give each and every staff member like ownership, so they took ownership. Whatever they have a small project, they took it really, they take their responsibility and they work together. That's how we made it, with all the support from our co-workers and administrators. So that's work experience we had here. So do you want to add anything, Michelle, in this? Do you have anything in your experience from your library?
Oh, yes. So collaboration is very important at a public library as well. We do a lot of collaboration with our town, the different centers like the adult daycares, the different churches. So collaboration is very important.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any recommendations for us to improve the work experience, Michelle, in your experience?
So for my work experience, I've been with the library, working in a library system for about 27 years now. So, being innovative, you have to keep up with the changing times. We've been through different apps. Like right now, we're doing something called My Libro, so that patrons can come in and check out their books without even coming to the circulation desk. So just keeping up with the latest innovations is very important.
That's great. Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with you. We have, because change is always constant. We have to, expect, right? Anytime, because especially the pandemic, nobody knows, what happened for last 2 years. It's a big change for everyone's life, in the work environment and the family and everybody. Yeah, I think that's a big change and big impact for everybody's life. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, and the second item I have, like a collection experience. Yeah, definitely everybody, like a public library, academic, all libraries, the collection is a big thing, especially after the pandemic. That's a big impact on collections. As I already mentioned to you, we removed almost half of the collection from the stacks. So we moved to the offsite storage temporarily now. And now we are actually removing a lot of duplicates and some outdated materials, some damaged collections, those things. Wherever possible, we are replacing with the digital content, then we are removing from the stacks. So the all second floor, we don't have any books now. So we removed everything from second floor. And the third floor, we have almost 75% of the third floor, we still have books. But we are doing the project of weeding, like removing duplicates and and unused books, because last we got the report from our ILS, create a report for if the book is not used for last 10-15 years, I don't think anybody's going to use later than. So we are get the list and removing those books from the system. So we are kind of more analyze our collection, and we are making a decision based on the collection analysis report. So we are doing that part, and also virtualization. That's an important one. After the pandemic, and even during the pandemic, we learned how to engage students and staff and faculty, virtually. So we create some online programs for the students. Even during the pandemic, we did a lot of virtual programs, and now we are doing in-person programs as well. And like I already said, we increased a lot of digital content, a lot of journal articles and electronic books. And also we created a Canvas page. Canvas we are using for teaching. Some of them, they are using Blackboard. So we are using Canvas. So we create a new library orientation page, like a course. So we are teaching virtually the students to teach online, all the library resources, everything. So during the pandemic, we created the Canvas new course. We are using because some of them we have online students, they're still taking online orientation for the library resource class. And some of them, they're bringing students, faculty bring the student library. We are teaching in person. We are doing some hybrid now, but that's also we created. And definitely recommendations for collection experience. We learned a lot because we are keeping the books just for like that, just like that. We are keeping a lot of years, but nobody's using, especially the reference collection. And the first floor, we have almost I can say 75,000 books almost we had. Nobody's touched the books, never used those reference books. We don't want to keep it, so we completely removed. And we had an empty space, and then we ordered new furnitures. We got some grant money from our administrators, and they really want to help us to make the space more usable for students. So we actually bought the new furnitures and everything, and remove all the shelves, and then we put the new paint, carpets, everything. So made it really nice for welcoming students to use the library more. So that's how we use the collection experience. We remove the collection, keep important reference collection, and then remove almost 75% of the collection. And then we are keeping very little collection for reference. So now we got the big space for students. They can collaborate each other in the library. And we bought a lot of whiteboard so they can have a group discussion. And we opened up a lot of study rooms for them in the second floor, third floor. We also got a new LibCal system from the SpringShare product. So I actually kind of administering all the SpringShare products here. So we create a new LibGuides and create a new study room reservation system. So they can book the room by themselves. Students, they can book it online. So they can come to library, they can go to the room and have a discussion with their friends. That's make it available for them, very user friendly. So that's how we learned a lot, and we definitely increase our yeah, technology items like laptops and headphones and all other technology items, so they can check out from the library. Because if you open study room, they probably need all kind of facilities. So we offer them more technology tools, technology items, so they can check out from the library as well. And IT department, they support us. They give more, almost 50 laptops to library, so we can check out to the students. They can use it for the study purpose. And we also focusing, we are not up to the point for collection for open education resources, but we are working with the faculty members using open education resources for, more. There are a lot of free resources available. So we are actually, me and one of other librarian, we are teaching faculty members how you can access OER materials from online for free, so they can use it for their classroom. There are so many textbooks available, so we are helping students not paying money, for the textbooks cost. They can, if the faculty adopt a new textbook OER, so the students, they can benefit from the faculty members. So that's why we are also focusing open education resources. So those things we are learning a lot, and we are implementing new things to how we can help students and the community members. Yeah. So do you want to say anything about the collection, Michelle? Yeah.
Yes, so for our library system, again, I work for the public library. We also are focusing on digital content, such as playaways, launch pads. Those have become very useful for the patrons. We've been doing a lot of weeding to get rid of the outdated materials. We also do virtual programming. We've just recently renovated our library to make it more welcoming. And patrons are very, very excited, and they really love it.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay.
Yes. So
that's great. I know everybody's doing, a lot of virtual programming, and and make the library more attractive place for students or community members to use the library. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. And so based on the collection, so you guys increase a lot of digital contents.
Yes, we've added playaways, and all they need are the headsets or the headphones. And then the children, for children, we have something called launch pads, where they can learn science, math, technology, those kind of things and it's like a laptop, but it's a digital.
That's great. Okay. Awesome. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the third item I want to discuss a little bit about engagement, how we're engaging students and the staff and faculty members during the pandemic and after the pandemic. So definitely collaboration, we already discussed about that. We are working together with our new students and the existing students, how we can help them to access our collection, access our resources. And also we are working with the faculty members, how we can help them to access our new online databases and get more electronic books, and also because we removed our collection, some of them, so they need to order some interlibrary loan books from other libraries. So we're also teaching them, please use the service. That's a free for all the FSU students and staff and faculty. But only 10% of the patron, they're using interlibrary loan service. I know public library, they use a lot for the place a hold, but academic library, they're not using a lot. So we are trying to encourage faculty members, please use the service, so we can get the books within 5 to 7 days, if it is available in this area. And if it is electronic article, they can get immediately within 24 hours. They receive, as a PDF file. So, and also even they can request particular chapter for the book. So whoever has it, they can scan and send it to the faculty members as well. So that's also possible. They can request a couple of pages or one chapter from any book, that's also possible. So we are trying to teach everyone, like a faculty, staff, and students. We have resources, and we're always collaborating with them. We are communicating through campus mail. Whenever we get the new database, we always share with the faculty members. If anything related to particular department, we share with that department faculty members, like a dean, through the dean. So the dean will have a discussion with their faculty members when they have a meetings. So that's how we are, encouraging everybody to, use the library resources. And virtualization, definitely, yeah, we are doing a lot of online classes, and we are also providing online resources. Yeah, we used to have always a lot, but now we are doing more, after the pandemic. Yeah, and the space, we really want to see more faces in the library. So we are encouraging FSC students to use the library and come to library, use the resources, and we have all the facilities in the library, because we really want to we got the big space, but no, if nobody's using, it's a waste of, it just we only staff and faculty sitting here. So I think we are trying to create a nice innovative space for students to engage, to the physical library. And definitely for recommendations, we have we try to create more and more virtual experience and the physical experience for the students. So that's why we got the study rooms, new study room reservation system. And now we are trying to add more equipments like a digital camera and all kind of digital technology items, like, so they can rent from the library, they can take it home for 3 days or 5 days with a different policy for each and every equipments. And the laptops, we have the long-term policy, they can check out for a month. So they can always use the library for any technology item they need. So we got some money from Title III budget. So we're using for buying more technology items. So those things we are trying to encourage students, visit the library. And we also work with faculty members to, encourage them to tell the students, use the library resources. And also we are telling them if they have any material they want to place a electronic reserve, so they can send it to us, we can place it on electronic reserve. So all students, they can use it in one platform. So most of the faculty, they're using the Canvas platform. The Canvas is a page, they are creating all the course and everything. But still there are some faculty, they are creating some electronic course reserves and sending to the library. We are keeping in one platform. It's called course reserves. So they can put the faculty name and they are able to access all the electronic reserves from the faculty members. So those things we are trying to encourage everybody and engage online and physically. We are trying to contact everybody to make sure our resources are used by our patrons. That's the bottom line. And also they need help, because they always need help how to use the resources. So as much as possible, we are trying to encourage them, and we are supporting through chat. And we got the 24/7 chat system. We open only 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and Friday we have 8 hours. Saturday, Sunday we open 9 hours. But still we are supporting through chat, through a third-party vendors. So someone will be available after we close. So anyone can ask questions through our chat system. So we are supporting 24/7 for electronically for any questions. If they have any complicated questions, the third-party vendors, they referred the chat to us, to the librarians. So we are immediately in the next day morning, we usually contact them to help them for any needs. Yeah. So that's why we are trying to engage students virtually and physically. So I think we are doing a great job, but we still have we're still focusing, we're improving our services. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do you have anything you want to add, Michelle?
Well, I just want to reiterate as far as collaboration, the use of interlibrary loan is a very important service. If they could use it, it's very, we use it a lot with our library system to fill in the gaps for things that are missing within the system. And
exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very useful. Yeah.
We always encourage, every time when I teach class, I always have at least 2 or 3 slides for interlibrary loan, how to create account and how to request article, how to request a book chapter, everything. I really want them to use, because we are paying money for the service, for the, for the vendor. But if nobody's using, it's waste of money, and it's a great source. You can get any book from anywhere like Harvard, MIT, you can get the books, and especially for the MBA students, they can get the case study from Harvard, the important
Yes,
case studies, that's that. If you buy them, you got to pay for a couple of $100 for one case study, yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
wonderful
So I think
service.
we always encourage them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. And the space experience, yeah, we already talked about a lot about space. Yeah. And definitely budget. That's a big thing. We need money to renovate our space, right? Yeah. We need support from, especially for academic libraries, support from administrator like a provost and chancellor. They need to support us. They need to give a budget, or the library have to apply for some grant, like a technology grant or some renovations grant. We have to get from like through IMLS, we can get some grant to update our space. So we had really good money. They allocate us because they are the one pick library to make it a one-stop station. So they really want to help us. They get a lot of money to provide, to make all the space very nice and beautiful environment now. And the collection analysis, yeah, we did our part because we professional librarians, we did all the analysis through the usage. We look at each and every database and analyze the usage report. Based on the report, some of them we cut down the database, some of them we add the database. So those based on the usage report, then we made the decision through the analysis. And definitely engagement, physical space, that's the one we are trying to still attracting students to use the library resources. We are still, one thing is pending. We are looking for at least like a nice cafe inside the library, but we do not have right now. But we are working with our administrators, our director, he is working with them. Probably in the real soon, we get a nice small cafeteria inside the library. So that will be helpful for students. They can quickly eat something, drink something, yeah. And that's the one. And actually recently we changed a policy for no drink, no food policy, because we used to have the student, they cannot bring food or drink into the library, but now we changed it. We completely removed all the signs. So we make it, they can bring food now, as long as when they work in the computer lab area, they cannot drink any, especially with like open glass or something, they cannot use the drink. Otherwise, if they have a closed bottle, that's fine. Yeah. So we remove the policy so they can bring the food, because we open the study rooms, they really want to bring the food, something, but we always tell them, please make sure when you leave, they clean the area, wipe the area and put in the trash bag and everything. Yes. But they are doing a really great job now. Initially, they had some issues, but now it's okay. I think they are following the guidelines there. We are using that. So we made some new guidelines, new policies in the library. We add some, delete some, we made some changes. Yeah. And definitely we had a great experience with the new space, and we are so happy to look at the new environment. I'm sure in the future, the students, they're using more and more library. That's what we're expecting. But right now we are in the transition stage. We are still in the downgrade numbers. When you look at 2 years back, we got the library patron count is really high. Now we are kind of in the halfway through. Hopefully it will increase soon. Yeah. So that's how, I'm just talk about the space. I can show some pictures in the next slides. So do you want to add anything, Michelle, to the space experience?
Just that I think it is important for the library to be welcoming. So we've done as well, sort of relaxed our, our rules as far as eating and drinking, as long as they are responsible. So yeah. I agree.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, so these are all some pictures. We actually renovated our the conference room for the 3rd floor. We have a new conference room. We just modified. We got the new furnitures, everything. That's the place we teach library instruction classes for students. Yeah. So before the pandemic, the old picture on the top. So that's the one on the top. That's the old picture. And now after the renovation, we just cleaned the carpet, and we didn't change the carpet. We completely steam vacuum the carpet, and with on the walls and everything, clean the wall, new wallpaper, everything. And we got the new furnitures like office, like a desk and chairs and everything. So the tables, they can write with a dry erase marker. So that's very like a whiteboard table. So they can write it, they can erase it. That's kind of more cool. The students, they really like it. Yeah. So, and we have the laptops in the conference room. So students, when they come to conference, if they need a laptop, we can provide laptop to them. So they can use, when we teach, they can also follow with us. That's also another, advantage. So we just, students always like to come to the conference room to attend the in-person classes, because they really understand better when they do the virtual. They always have a lot of questions, but when they come to in-person, we always try to help them, as much as possible. And it is working good for faculty, students, and us. It is a great, it's going great. And everyone gives a nice feedback about the new conference room. So we got the good feedback from them. And this one for the second floor. So I already mentioned to you, we removed all the collection from second floor, and we got the new for the contractors from outside. The movers came and they remove all the books and pack, and they put the call number in each and every box, and then they packed everything and then remove all the shelves and everything. So they put it everything in the offsite storage for the books. The shelving, I think they take it to the, I think state of NC, they have a warehouse. They take it to the warehouse, all the shelving. And the second picture, this is a new outside. So this is a one-stop shop for they build a new cubicles. So they contract a company. They came and there are 40 cubicles for the new staff members. They have, each and everybody have their own office, so they can lock it. Most of them advisors, career service professionals, and enrollment department people, and financial aid staff member. They all here in second floor. And that's a first floor, the reference collection. The first picture, we are in the process of, in the last year, June, we are removing all the, reference collection, duplicates, and we want to keep only very important books, for the reference analysis. But, we pretty much removed everything from first floor, and we make more empty space for students. And the second picture, that's a one-stop shop. They have a reception over there. The staff members working. There are a couple of staff members' offices also in the first floor. When they remove the reference collection, they're going to have some cubicles in the first floor as well. The director, and there are some of the offices, they're keeping the cubicles. So they're guiding them to the second floor wherever they need the help and everything. So that's why they're using this used to be our reference department, this area. So they take it our desk they're using for the one-stop station for reception. So that's how we completely changed now. You can look, they change all the lights and everything. We used to have old lights, then after the change, all the LED and everything, because complete makeover in the library, they spend a lot of money. Yeah. And this also third floor. So we have some area, the third floor, there are only the 5 or 6 stacks area. We removed the stacks and then collection. And they want to create an adult learning center in third floor. So we actually create a learning center, and then we ordered a lot of new furnitures and everything for the, because we have a non-traditional students, almost half of them. So we want to welcome the non-traditional students to the library to use this area, like adult learning center. We have computers and everything, so they can come and use the library for that purpose. Because we are supporting a lot of military students, non-veterans, we have almost half and half non-traditional students. So we really want to create a space for them in third floor. Okay. This is the new elevator. We work with the print shop, because that's why we kind of collaborate with the different departments. So they create a lot of new design in the elevator. So they put, new design elevator. You have to, when they come to elevator, they can read that. So we can, we can open the door, but you must enter it, those kind of things. So we provide all the services, but they have to, take initiative first, right? Yeah. So that's how they create a one-stop shop in the, second floor. So whoever comes to first floor, they can take the elevator. We made a lot of changes, and even inside the elevator, we put a lot of design inside, so they can read, and we got the directory and everything. So they can easily, go to the second floor and talk to the people, whatever the help need. Okay, so that's, that are very sample. We got so many pictures. Maybe we are planning to do some big presentation in one of the conferences because we got a lot of pictures and everything, and we got a lot of information. So this is, I just want to give some sample to you and this section. So as a summary, I want to complete this. I think that and the pandemic, it actually it taught us so many things. It's good or bad, but we learned a lot during the pandemic and after the pandemic. We changed our culture here. Even the student, they're very comfortable now to take online classes and learning everything online. It's so easy for them now because of the pandemic. Before the pandemic, if you teach one online class, students, they don't like it at all. They really want to see you in person. Now they're very comfortable. So I think that's a one positive note. And still, we want to keep some printed collection, and we want to welcome all patrons to come to library, use the library, and we all here to help them one-on-one. That's our thing. But we always whatever they need, faculty, staff, and students, we are here to help them, and anything to make sure our library resources are used by our patrons, and we are helping them to get to become a better citizen, because we are like we are almost here like a faculty and staff members library. We are teaching students how to use the resources, and they can, when they go to higher study like grad school and PhD programs, they got to learn how to do the research. So we got to teach them how to do the stuff and everything. So that's my summary thing. And you want to add anything, Michelle?
I agree. The pandemic, it really just taught us how to, it was like a learning curve. It taught us to be innovative and change with the times. And, even though it was, it wasn't all good, but we did, it was some positive out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely there are a lot of positive, happened after the pandemic, because the pandemic, it taught us so many things,
Mm-hmm.
life is too short, and, all kind of things, even
Right.
personal life and the professional life, we learned a lot,
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Great presentation. Thank you very much, Valentine.
Thank you. Thank you so much for, I hope, we can keep this recording for, available for whoever need it. We can definitely post it in the NCLA website. And yeah, hopefully next time we'll get more audience as well.